Hi there, welcome to my channel and welcome to part 9 of my Takeover Tuesday series. Last week Madeline finished her third out of 4 weeks at university, and this week she's just about to start her fourth and final week of university. She had managed to maintain a GPA of A+. The goal of this challenge is that she must graduate with a GPA of B, so really no matter what she does this week, she's on track to graduate university fine. Once she's graduated, she's actually banked quite a lot of money so far. Her garden has become really profitable lately because it's all birds of paradise that she's growing. So once she's finished with university, I am going to give her a makeover, age her up to a young adult, and I'm going to spend a bit of time doing her house that she lives in at the moment up to a certain standard, and then I'll be building the house that she'll be moving into next. I'm probably not going to get through all of that in this week's episode. This week it'll probably just be her last week at university and any interactions she has with any of her friends and anything else that happens along the way. In this last week of classes, Madeline has the triple threat again. She has one presentation, one term paper and one exam. So she's literally got one of each, but again, because her week starts on a Friday and this is currently Friday morning, I'll get her to do all her homework just to go to her classes today, Friday, and then over the weekend we'll get the presentation completed and we will complete and submit the term paper. And then she's only got one class Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so on Monday after she's done her first class I'll get her to deliver the presentation, and then that's done and out the way so she can just spend the next few days studying for her exam so that she hopefully passes with a fantastic grade, and then she can graduate and we can get that part out of the way. Madeline is done with her classes for the day on Friday. She just had the one class. I've had her do her homework since she's come home, and she only had the homework for one class to do. And now I'm going to get her to start on her presentation Friday night. If she gets the first draft done now, we'll be in a good position to get a good amount of the work done over the weekend. And I see there she's exhaling fire as she's eating her curry. I don't know how long it takes, because I've never actually tried this aspect of the game, for the Sims to acclimatise themselves to eating spicy food. She's eaten spicy food a few times and made it a few times in her own house now, and she's still breathing fire every time she eats it. I don't know how long that's supposed to take. I'm just going to queue up for her to do the first draft of her term paper as soon as she's finished the first draft of her presentation. And then after that, depending how late at night it is, I'll maybe just have her go to bed. Kyle is asking me to the Spice Festival. I think I'll actually just go. Madeline has been struggling with her social needs, so I might as well go and socialise. And also the Spice Festival is one of the San Myshuno festivals where there are planter boxes, so I'll have her harvest those plants for the money, and there is a small chance we'll get a cowplant berry, which she needs to complete her aspiration, and even if she doesn't find that, she might find something else that we can grow in the garden. So this shouldn't hopefully be a waste of time doing this. There's something a bit odd going on with this sim here. That doesn't look like Hilary Laurent. There's something strange going on with her hair and her face and her makeup. I don't think that's a new hairstyle. It looks like part of the hairstyle is missing, and that her makeup, something's definitely not right. Very strange. I've never noticed that in any sim before. I don't know if that's part of a new pack that I've just downloaded recently and this is the first time I've seen it. It's very strange. So I'm finding city posters, which is funny because in one of my other playthroughs I'm doing right now, one of my other series, I am trying to collect city posters, and every time I come to San Myshuno there's none. So it's typical, because this is actually a separate save file, it's typical that I'm finding them now. I'm just going to pick them up just for the money, and then I'll get Madeline to harvest these plants here. Blackberries and things, and it doesn't look like there's anything of high value there that she could plant in her garden, but I'll take them anyway just for a bit of extra income. And also obviously harvesting plants will increase her gardening skill, which is another part for her to complete the aspiration that she needs to get to level 10 of the gardening skill. So Kyle isn't handling the spicy food very well. I've asked Madeline and Kyle to try the spicy food challenge together, but Madeline's too busy speaking and hasn't started eating yet. But given that she was blowing fire out of her mouth just before I came here, I don't think she'll have built up a tolerance to spicy food yet. But again, it seems strange. I don't know how long it's supposed to take, if it's gradual that they build up their tolerance to spicy food, or if it happens suddenly. I didn't think it would take as long as it seems to be taking. This sim here in the brown top has the hairstyle that it looks like Hilary Laurent was supposed to be wearing. That looks like a proper hairstyle. I think maybe Hilary was supposed to have that hairstyle, and for some reason there's some sort of glitch in the game. I can't find Hilary. I was going to find her and I was going to ask her to show me her other outfits, because obviously she's an EA townie, she's part of the game, she's in every save file, and normally she has long hair. So I'm assuming that hairstyle that I saw her in just now is tied to the outfit that she's wearing for the weather, which is hot weather. It must be tied to her hot weather outfit. So I was going to ask her to wear like her everyday wear, so that she would cycle out of that hairstyle, so I could see if it was a glitch with her as a character or if it was just a glitch with a particular hairstyle that she had for that outfit. But I don't know, it's very strange. If I remember, I might try and meet up with her somewhere, like go to her house, because I don't think I've introduced Madeline to Hilary yet in this save file. I might try and go to her house and see what she looks like and try and figure out what's going on there. And I got that notification there saying Madeline has failed the spicy food challenge, so she still doesn't have a tolerance to it yet. I might actually go away in between episodes and try and figure out how long that takes to build, because it seems a bit ridiculous. She's had multiple tastings and testings of spicy food, and she's making spicy food at home and eating that as her regular meals. It seems to be taking a really long time. She's learned how to use chopsticks, and she's only used them a few times. So she learned that skill, that sort of soft skill, because it's not connected to a skill level like, charisma or comedy or gardening or other skills that they have are. The spicy food tolerance seems to be taking forever to build. Manuel has joined Madeline and Kyle for a conversation, so I'm going to try and build a little bit of friendship with him. It's someone else for Madeline to know. Again, Madeline has a lot of male friends. I need to try and get her out and get her introduced to some more female Sims. Madeline's got a lot of satisfaction points again, so I'm going to go in and spend some of them. I'll see if there's any rewards at the 2,000 mark that are worth getting now that she's got 2,000 points. Okay, I'm going to get her Creative Visionary, because for the degree she's been doing, the art history degree, she had to build her painting skill, her writing skill, and her charisma. And I was thinking that since she's built her writing skill, I might get her to write a couple of books just for a bit of extra income. She's making a lot of money right now with Birds of Paradise, but they go out of season at the end of summer. So at the end of summer, she's going to lose that income. So if I get her to write a couple of books, that should tide her over until I'm able to get some autumn plants planted up in her garden and they start making some decent money for her. And almost everything, almost all the Birds of Paradise are perfect quality now as well, which is another reason why she's making so much money right now. And while I was in San Myshuno at the Spice Festival and Madeline harvested those plants, she did actually find a cowplant berry. So I have planted that. It's not really doing very much so far. I can't remember if they just take a long time to grow or if I actually need to fertilise it to get it to grow, but I'm just having her talk to it at the moment and water it when it needs to be watered. I've also been getting Madeline to do some upgrading around the house. That adds value to things, it stops them breaking down as often, and it will build her handiness skill. I want her handiness skill up a little bit higher so that she can upgrade the washer and dryer. By luck, they've not broken down on me yet, but in my experience they're usually quite unreliable, so I would like her to build that skill so that I can get them upgraded. While Madeline's off at her first class on Monday, I've lined up for her to do her presentation as soon as she comes back, and that gets that out the way for the week. She's already submitted her term paper, she finished that over the weekend and submitted that, so all that she's got left to do now, once she's done that presentation, is just attend a couple of classes and do her exam. Madeline's done all her homework that needed to be done or was outstanding, and now I've got her studying for the one exam that she's got this week. And that's just what she'll be doing in the evenings, outside of doing any work on her garden. She'll be doing any homework that needs to be done, and then she'll be studying for that last exam. I just remembered that Madeline's research and debate skill was almost about to go up another level, so I'm just having her do a little bit of practice before she goes to bed. She's in her last week at university, so she might not get much use out of this skill. That's it up to level 6 now, though. The cowplant still hasn't really done very much. I'm still just talking away to it. Nion's coming up to the house. Madeline's literally just left to go to class. And of course, because Nion has keys, he's just turned up and let himself in to go and wash his hands. And then he's probably going to make a white cake. As long as it's not a disgusting, mouldy white cake like the one he made last time. Yeah, he's made himself an orange juice and now he's making a white cake that he's probably not going to finish. Now he's put it in the oven, that's a good start. I don't know why I'm saying that, because I don't want a white cake. That doesn't look disgusting this time. It's a normal quality white cake. Well, at least he didn't mess it up this time. Madeline came home and just immediately started eating the cake. That's fine, I'll just let her eat the cake. Oh, and Nion's leaving. He came almost as soon as she left her class, and she's just back in, and he just leaves straight away. Which kind of further feeds into my theory that he just comes to Madeline's house to get fed, because his own family aren't feeding him. The cowplant still hasn't grown, but it's been very useful for Madeline's social need. Because I've had her speaking to it every day, her social need hasn't really dropped, and her social need's in the yellow just now. But I'll get her to speak to the cowplant again, and that'll bring it back up. I asked Madeline to start writing a book because she's up to date with everything else, and she had a half-written book already on the computer. And I don't really remember when it was that I asked her to write a book. I think I maybe did it one weekend when she only had exams at university and didn't have any coursework to do, and I saw that she'd been building her writing skill, so I maybe thought I would just get her to start writing a book. And it's a collection of short stories. It's not the children's books. It's not even the first book you can do when you've only got like a level 1 or 2 writing skill. So I genuinely don't remember when she did that, but she's finished that now, so I'll get that published and that'll give her a bit of extra daily income. I don't want to do too many books because I don't want her to get famous. It's really just something to bring in just a little bit of extra money, just as a security blanket for when the seasons change. Rory's come to see me and she's got that message when she brings me a present. So that's... I don't know where she's going though. Normally they just give you the present and then they ask if they can hang out. But she's going to make a white cake instead. Thanks, Rory. Madeline's finished her classes for the week, and in fact that's her finished her classes altogether. So now I'm just waiting for her results to come through, which happens, I think it's either 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening. And while I'm waiting for that to happen, I was just having her go around the neighbourhood to get some collections for some money. And Manuel is calling to say, I can't believe you're still seeing Nion. I just don't get what you see in him. Well, I haven't been seeing much of Nion recently, but thanks for that, Manuel. I've only just met you as well. And Ian Robles wants to come around, so I'll say yes, just because it's someone to speak to and hang out with. I'm not really sure what we've got in common with Ian Robles, but he can come around so that Madeline has someone to speak to. I had Madeline watch a movie with Ian, and she's got the bored movie moodlet, despite the fact that she was asking him lots of questions about the movie. And that's Madeline's results in. So she got a B+ and 2 A+, which is a GPA of A for the term and a GPA of A overall. So she's now ready to graduate, GPA of A. That's above what I needed. So she's completed this part of the challenge. The next thing I'll be doing is aging her up to a young adult, giving her a makeover, and spending some money on the house. And I'm just thinking I shouldn't have let Madeline eat that white cake that Nion made 2 days ago. I should have just put it in the fridge and kept it, because I could have used it now to age up Madeline. But since I didn't do that, she's going to have to make another cake for herself so that I can age her up. I didn't specifically say what I would do to pick Madeline's next trait. Future generations, all traits will be randomised, but I think just for a bit of fun, I'm going to randomise what her third trait is going to be, so we will see what that comes out as. I'm keeping her aspiration the same, she's just going to continue with the freelance botanist. She won't get another aspiration after this one, and now it's time to pick her trait. And here we go. Okay, creative, that's good. That will help if I do want to write some more books to make a bit of extra income. And since I do still have some cake in the fridge, that cake can just go in the bin and make me back some of the money it cost to make it. The cow plant is still just a baby cow or a calf plant at the moment. And I'm now just going to go into Change Sim and give Madeline a bit of a makeover. So I'm not going to be changing too much. I'm going to change her hairstyle and I'm going to change some of her outfits, but I'm not going to change all of them because some of them she's not even had a chance to wear since I gave her last makeover after she finished high school. But I'll change like her everyday wear and a few of the other ones that we've seen her in. and I'll leave her winter wear because she's not worn that yet. And I'm keeping the summer wear because even though she has worn it before, I do really like that dress and I want her to keep it just a little bit longer. So that's me done with her makeover for now. And now that that's done, we'll leave it there for this week's episode. Next week, I will be doing a lot of work to the house, bringing the house up to spec. Madeline has quite a lot of money. She's got 90,000 simoleons. I'll be able to do a good amount of work to it, and I'm going to build her next house. So next week's episode will probably be a build-intensive episode, but I'll try to get her to do some other things as well so that it's not too dry and it's not too plain of an episode. So until then, thanks for watching.